Hello, everybody. This episode of the SmithSquad Podcast is brought to you. Back up and show you guys what this is. So essentially, it's like this little nub thing right here that it's kind of like an extension or add-on to the top of your controller. And for mostly first-person shooters, which is probably what most of you guys do, how it works is it kind of adds leverage to your controller. So see how I move this? It's kind of like, it's kind of harder to make slight adjustments. This is a whole lot easier than this because I have more leverage, right? Like I can move it further, but down here it's less movement, if that makes sense. So basically it allows you to play on like a higher sensitivity without it feeling like a higher sensitivity, which makes it easier to do slight adjustments and like snap on target and stuff. I've been using one since Modern Warfare 2, so it's obviously a good product. Like, I mean, I love it. Like I said, I've actually had this one since Modern Warfare 2. They're sending me another one pretty soon. This episode is sponsored by it. So if you would like 10% off one of these little things, it actually comes with two, and you can put them on both. I just like to do one. There is a 10% coupon code you can use. You can actually just go down to the link. It's just like a portal, so it'll automatically use the coupon code SMITH. But if you don't go to that link, use coupon code SMITH at your checkout. You get 10% off. You support me by making me a little bit of money. Everyone wins. Everyone's happy. You get a great product. You support me. It's all good. It's all good. So, episode 51. Hello, everybody. This is a cool episode. So if you have the time, I would say go back and watch episode 49. You don't have to, but it's kind of like this feels a little bit like episode 49.5 a little bit, or episode 49 part 2. Basically, 2 weeks ago, I was finishing university, and I was like, I'm going to take a 2-week break from YouTube, and today I'm back. So it's this is a cool feeling. I've heard a quote before, not really a quote, but more of a kind of idea that it talks about two boats going along in the same path, and one boat takes a 1-degree turn, not even a 1-degree turn, a 0.5 degree turn. And at first that's nothing, right? This boat's going this way, this boat goes this way. Not a big deal. But over time, right, I'm getting off. Over time, they get farther and farther apart, right? You understand. Over time, that one boat that took that 1-degree turn in a really long time is going to be extremely far away from that other boat. And what that's all about, like I've always thought about that, is just making one good life decision. Making one tiny life decision now can lead to something exponentially bigger, because that's kind of what's happened to me. So I mean, like 2 years ago I started this whole YouTube thing. Actually we're coming up on 3 years, so in 4 months I'll be 3 years, which is pretty crazy, but it's really like insane. You know, I just started one day, I think I'm gonna try to record my screen and talk and make videos. And then, you know, that snowballed into one thing, and that snowballed into another. And that 1-degree turn I decided to do instead of, you know, hanging out with a friend that day or something. That 1-degree turn, you know, maybe you're like, I want to smoke pot, or you want to hang out with a friend or hang out with a girl. And I'm not saying any of those things are necessarily awful and a horrible decision, but, you know, you take one decision, you take one movement. You're like, let's just move this way productively. Let's go to the gym once. And it can snowball into something where I am today, which is my first self-employed day of my life. I am self-employed now, which is awesome. I mean, I've been self-employed for the last like 8 months now, kind of. Like that's been my main source of income is YouTube. But school's over. I have no boss. Well, actually, I do have a boss. I work at a golf course still, but that's more just for fun now because YouTube is my main source of income. Feels good, man. It feels awesome. Like I said, I took the last 2 weeks off. I just hardly haven't looked at YouTube at all. And that was for me just to kind of get myself to the point of boredom where I'm like, oh my God, I need to make videos. And yesterday I hit it. The entire time I was like, no, this is fine. I don't need to do YouTube for like a week and a half. And I was getting really nervous. I was like, man, I don't think I'm going to want to do this. And then yesterday, sitting at home, and I'm like, man, I just got an urge to stream, and I'm like, all right, going back tomorrow, which is perfect because like I only had 1 day of videos worth left anyways, so I was going to have to go back, but I got the itch to go back, so it worked out well. Anyways, I don't know. The point of this and all that little rambling and that story is just like, you can make one tiny life decision and it can explode into something that you never would have thought, right? Like, it's crazy. You know, you take one course in high school and it determines your career path, right? Like, so much. And I mean, for me, like, I remember talking to this one really rich guy at the golf course I work at, and like, it's just crazy to see, like, he kind of influenced me to take business, and then now I feel like I'm getting into that business world, and it's like, this whole experience has been just so positive, so big for me. Like, it's really the thing that I pride myself in my life, and it's honestly like the greatest feeling ever today when I woke up and I said, this is my life. Like, this is what I'm doing. And I mean, a lot of people would be like, that sounds like an awful life. Like, I don't want to play video games for a living. I don't want to talk and all this stuff. But man, it sure beats the hell out of getting up at 6:30. No, getting up at 5:30 in the morning. I used to get up at 5:30 in the morning for my job. I don't even know how I did that. Like I hear people say, oh yeah, I get up at 5:30 for my job. And I'm like, oh my God, that's awful. I'd never want to do that. And then I realized, like, I used to do that. I did that for 2 years and it sucked. It really made me depressed. It's funny. Yesterday I had to go into the city. I got up at 6:30 to drive into Halifax, Nova Scotia. It's about an hour drive from where I live. And like, it's like, man, people do this every day. And I'm like, I think that was part of it. What made me like, okay, let's get back on YouTube. It was like, I don't want to ever have to drive. Like, commuting is just not for me. I mean, I've been in the States where it's a long way to get to places sometimes. And I'm like, I have so much respect for anyone that can do this. Like, I would want to blow my brains out. I don't know. It's just not for me, driving. And I mean, I guess part of it is like, I live in a place where you don't really have to commute. I live in a small town, so it's not that big a deal. I think there's like 15,000 people in the town, and then maybe another 15,000 people like in surrounding areas. So it's really not like a big deal. So for me, I'm just not used to that. I'm used to the good old Canadian. No, see, Canada has a lot of traffic. It just happens to be where I live. So with that being said, that is some lukewarm coffee. But I don't know if anyone out there remembers, but you don't want to drink milk with your coffee when you talk, because milk coats the lining of your throat. Coats the lining of your throat, I guess, sure, and makes it hard to talk. So I have dark coffee that's now lukewarm. It's pretty gross. And water to wash it down, because I don't really like coffee, but I'm tired. So I thought for this 51 episode, I didn't really have anything planned. Like I said, I haven't been here for like 2 weeks. I wanted to do a Q&A. I've been getting a lot of requests for that, and people seem to like Q&As. It's a good way to like interact with you guys and stuff. So Q&A it is. This is might be a lot of wow. I just got 3 university questions in a row from the Daizan Pufal. Wow, that's really weird. I had a professor named Pufal, Michael Connor, and Matt Nunn. What is your major in college? What are you studying for in college? And what is your major in university? So to you three, sirs, I am studying business, which is something I already addressed. But business administration, not commerce. I don't even know what commerce is, to be honest. But I took, like, my first year basically was like 2 economics courses, so like microeconomics and macroeconomics, which is like the study of like countries, and then also like microeconomics is more so the study of like individual firms and businesses and how they operate and stuff. I took a math course. I took an intro to business course, which was the stupidest course I ever took in my life. It was awful, and it made me like sad and depressed, but looking back, it was actually a positive experience, because it's weird, right? You like shitty things. It's like, oh my God, that was awful. But I look at it and I'm like, you know what? That was probably the worst thing I've ever done in my life, like that course. And it was a good experience, because now like the second semester, I took a course that had I not taken that other course, it would have been the worst thing I've ever done in my life. But because this course I took, Introduction to Business, was the worst course I ever took in my life, the other course wasn't that bad. It was like, this isn't as bad as that, so I can deal with it. It's weird how like really shitty things kind of build you up like that. But case writing, if you're in business and you do case writing, I hate it. It's like, this is so stupid. I mean, it's not stupid, and it makes sense and is like a good thing, but just the way, like, I don't know, for me, like my professor and stuff, like case writing is basically like you're given a situation in business. So like it could be my YouTube channel, and it wouldn't look at like really the creative part of it. There would be different courses, like maybe an entrepreneurial class would look at it, but this was the intro to business. So it just kind of gave you a whole bunch of different, like an entrepreneurial situation, like a human resources situation, an accounting kind of thing, a finance, like investing, all that kind of stuff. Like it give you different cases and you have to kind of come up with a solution. So for my channel, it could be like right now, I'm not getting any monetization on my videos. So like I'm not making any money from my advertisements, which sucks because I'm getting 9 million views a month, but whatever, that's another story. And it could be like, okay, so he has 9 million views a month. So he's got a huge audience. How can he make money? And then you would come up with ideas. So option 1, sell t-shirts. So Patrick Smith should hire someone to make t-shirts. And that's actually what I've done. And I'm going to do that really soon. Option 2, Patrick Smith should start doing more live streams and he can get people to donate in his live streams, which is also something I'm going to do. Option 3, Patrick can get sponsored by Control Freak, and then he can make some money by people using his discount code and stuff like that. It's kind of like that, but just the way it was presented, and like if when you go into university, right, you are given like you kind of have prior knowledge for most things. So if you went into like an English or like sociology, let's say, and you took an English course, you have to write an essay. You already know how to write an essay. You're just improving upon that skill. Whereas going into business and learning case writing, no one's ever done it before. Like, no, I didn't know what a case report was. I had no idea. But they kind of made like the assumption that, you would know how to do a case like you would know how to do an essay, where maybe you don't know how to do it perfectly, but you know what it is. And most people had no idea what a case report is. So it's like, there's just like a huge format and stuff, and like you have to do things, the way the professor said and stuff. So I don't know. I'm taking business to make a long story short, but I like to ramble like that. I just screwed up. What is your favorite cartoon as a kid and favorite show now? That comes from at Tandyme35. I really liked SpongeBob when I was a kid, and now like I don't really watch any TV. Like I said, a couple months ago, I just got hooked on rewatching Dragon Ball Z from my childhood, and that was fun. But I watched it all now, and it is what it is. I really like Breaking Bad, but I'm not watching anything like right now as it is. TV is just not really for me. I don't like. I don't like to just sit down and do one thing. Like I'm. It's weird. Like I feel like I'm a little like I had a yoga teacher, and he kind of said like, everyone's a little bit ADHD, and I really subscribe to that idea because like I can't do one thing unless I'm putting my full attention into it. So YouTube right now, I am like everything in my mind is geared towards this podcast. But if I'm watching TV, like I'm kind of watching it ish. I just can't get into it. Like I really enjoy going to the movies because I'm sitting here. The only thing is this screen. It's huge and there's loud music. I might have food to keep me a little bit, occupied and stuff, but it's this. But when I'm like sitting here, because there's actually a TV right here. I'm sitting over on that couch over there watching TV. I'm like texting, I'm like eating, I'm maybe on my laptop. I'm like, I might even be listening to like a podcast or like playing a video game or something like on my phone as I'm watching that, because I just can't like get into that very much. Like it takes a really good show. Like Breaking Bad I could watch. When I used to have a girlfriend, we would watch Prison Break, but that was kind of like watching it with another person was really nice. But now it's just like, I'm not really into watching TV. I don't know. It's just, I think I'm just too like, go for TV. So I don't know. I'm not good at like sitting down and doing that. Oh, this is a good question. JD Dodsworth, how long did it take before your channel started getting decent numbers? That's actually a good question. By decent numbers, like for me, I think decent numbers was like I remember one day I got 45 subscribers in a day, and that was huge. And that was like a really big number. And like 20 subs a day was pretty cool back when I was like really, really small. I want to say like 1,000 views a day was pretty substantial. It was like, wow, 1,000 people. Like that's quite a lot. But that took a while. I would say like, see, the thing with me is like this channel wasn't my first channel, so I had a lot of experience with YouTube before this. I knew kind of how everything worked. I was still very inexperienced as to where I am today, and I'm still pretty inexperienced, I think, but I'm growing. I think like probably took me a good, well, let's say it took me like 3 years of video making before I got to the SmithPlays, and then it took me a couple of months. Like I went from August to about November, so that's 4 months, and then Black Ops 2 dropped, and then that's when my channel kind of started getting better. But it took like a month after that for me to get a video that went like semi-viral. So I would say like 5 months for my channel, and that was uploading probably 3 to 4 times a week. And then December 4th, 2012, I said, screw this, I want to do this better, and I decided to upload every single day. And I have not, there's been one day I haven't uploaded since then. That's like, it's over 2 years now. That's crazy that I haven't missed a day. I've missed one day. Okay, I missed 2 days because the YouTube upload didn't work, and it ended up being uploaded at like 2 a.m. So that doesn't really count. And then I missed one day where I just didn't upload a video, and it was this year at university, and I just dicked her. I just screwed the bet on that one. But yeah, no, YouTube takes a long time, and people think like, oh, I just started this and I should be doing well. Like, no, man, it takes so long. But the thing that you have to understand is like your first 1,000 subscribers are the hardest, okay? That first 1,000 is like the worst because you have no, like what your subscribers is it's like your okay, imagine like, have you ever played the game Kitten Cannon? It's a weird example, but how Kitten Can... No, I want to explain it in a way everyone would get it. Okay, so like what a subscriber is it's like your projectile. So like you put a video up there and you have no videos. It's like you're throwing a football and you're just dropping it. Okay? So you just drop it. Might go backwards, might go forwards a little tiny bit, but it's not going far either way. Like you dropping a football. It just depends how it bounces, right? That's exactly how like your first 1,000 subscribers is. You just got to get lucky and hope for a good bounce, and it goes a little bit. And then you get like 5 subscribers. And then you drop it, and then you got 5 subscribers. So you like, your amount of subscribers is like your throwing power. So now you're kind of like, so it kind of goes in that direction. You hope for a good bounce. Anyways, you build yourself up. And like that first 1,000 subscribers is really hard because you have no like throwing power, if that makes sense. So how videos get out there is like you get likes, you get comments, you get really high view retention. And if it bounces well, then that's like getting out there more. Like the farther it goes is kind of that analogy I'm trying to make. So once you get 1,000 subscribers, if your video gets 100 views, it's a lot easier to get on the search page than it is if you have 0 subscribers because there's no power onto that. So as you kind of go on and on, like for example, me right now, I have 300,000 subscribers. It's really easy for me to make a video like even Black Ops 3 Zombies, which is a huge search term. If I make a good video with a high search retention, I have so much throwing power now or subscribers that I can go for that kind of like Hail Mary. Like that's a huge search thing to get, Black Ops 3 Zombies, right? I can go for that now because you guys watch, you guys get my view retention, you guys like the video and all that stuff, and that improves the chance of the video. So like what I'm saying is that first 1,000 subs is really hard to get. But then after that, it's easier to get in the search spot, so you get more subs. And then it gets easier and easier and easier, and it just builds up, and it's just an exponential. So like, oh God, so it's like that. Like it just exponentially goes up. And then, yeah. But the problem is people get discouraged because that first 1,000 is so hard, and they think that is going to be how it is the whole way through. So it's kind of like a seed. Like you plant a seed, and it's just starting to get to the top. You can't see it yet. It's just getting to the top, and then people quit. And then that's it. But had they kept going, maybe a couple months later, that seed would have popped up. And then it would start growing. And then you turn into a tree maybe someday. I'm really good at making short answers long. All right. At Sardex62 asks, what is your Twitch? It is at TheSmithPlays, but it's with a Z because Twitch sucks and they screwed up my other account. So it's at TheSmithPlays with a Z. It's the thing I have in the link in the description. Just follow it there. Going to be streaming very soon, though, if I haven't already streamed. At Manthurin, how does it feel to be a YouTuber? I like these questions. These are like life-orientated questions. How does it feel to be a YouTuber? Not really any different, honestly. Actually, here's a story. So 2 weekends ago, it was a Saturday, and there was a high school party. Now, I'm not really about going to high school parties anymore. It's just not my gig at all. But I have a friend who's in grade 11. He's like, I really want to go to this high school party. And I was like, all right, man, you want to go? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, I'll drive you there. You can drink. You can have fun. You do your thing. You know, I'm not doing anything tonight, so sure. Let's just go to this high school party. So I get there, and like, there's only one other person in university there. And I actually knew her, which was okay. But it's kind of weird going to a high school party once you're in university. You just feel like that guy. You feel weird. You're like older than everyone. But at the same time, you are cool as hell. And I didn't realize that was a thing. But I got to there, and everyone was like, what's up, man? It's so good to see you. Because, I mean, I had a lot of friends in grade 12. So, like, it's not like I didn't know anybody. Like, I had a lot of friends from grade 12. Like, I'm first year, so, like, they're a year behind me. And even people who are 2 years behind me, like, I knew and talked to. So, it really wasn't that awkward or anything. But what was just so bizarre to me is the number of people that came up to me and, like, asked me about my channel, and not even like, hey, so like, do you have like a YouTube channel or something? Like, I've heard people talking. It was like, hey man, that's awesome that you have so many subscribers. Like, I watch your videos or something. One guy got a picture with me, like, weird. It's so bizarre to me because all my way through high school, like, no one cared about me, right? And now it's like, oh, he has a YouTube channel, and now he's like this dude, and it's like, oh my God, look at him. And it's like, man, like, I'm like, it's kind of especially weird, the people who like weren't like overly friendly to me, and then now they're like overly friendly to me. But I don't know. I just noticed like a lot of people coming up to me and being like really excited that my channel's going so well and stuff. That was cool to me. But at the same time, it's really awkward when you get a whole bunch of people asking you like how much money you make and like all that stuff. But as for like in general, it's really nice being self-employed. This last 23 minutes of self-employedness, not my first 23 minutes because I had to set all this stuff up, but it's cool. That's the only thing I like is like I can sleep in till 12 and make a video if I want. I don't like sleeping in, so I don't. But it's like it's not that I work less. I'm going to be working a lot, but it's nice to be able to pick my hours whenever I want. Like, if I want to do this now, I'll do this now. The only thing I can't really pick hours is like Twitch. That's something you kind of got to do towards like the nighttime. I guess you can kind of like, yeah, like Twitch is a little bit more scheduled because it's like I can pick the days I want to do it, but I kind of got to do it geared towards night. Whereas this podcast, I could do it at 4 a.m. in the morning for all I care. I mean, it's 10:30 a.m. right now, but that's kind of the nice thing is just having that freedom. Like I said, I worked 2 years at a golf course, and it was a great job. It really was. I worked like 25 to 30 hours a week, both years probably. And like I said, I have no problems. They were great there, great people. But working for yourself is a whole lot better. When I choose to wake up and make a video, I am bettering myself. I am bettering me. I am doing everything I'm doing really for me. And it might sound selfish, but when I'm going to a job, it's like, okay, I'm doing this to get money, but I'm not bettering like myself really. I mean, I'm making skills and stuff, but I'm making the golf course better is what I'm doing. It's not like I'm working for a higher cause, which I don't like. I want to work for me and I want to improve myself. I get way more self-worth and just improves my self-esteem when I make this video and it's like, bang, here I am. I'm working for me. Like, I'm my boss now, which is a good and a bad thing. So that's what it feels like to be a YouTuber. Did I even really answer that question? I just kind of said like experiences. No, I guess what it feels like to have this many subscribers, I feel like I don't even feel at this point lucky. Like when I had 30, 40, 50,000 subscribers, like this was cool, but I worked for this, and now it's just like, this is stupid. I don't like even deserve this. I don't deserve to be like self-employed. Like, I just feel like I haven't worked that hard. Like, I'm 19. If I was like 40 and I'd worked my whole life, and like Woody's Gamertag, for example, like he's a guy he worked his whole life and then YouTube kind of took off in a way for him and that transitioned. If I was him, I feel like, yeah, this is me. But I'm like so young, and it's just like I don't, I really don't feel like deserving of this at this point. There's so many people out there who have worked so much harder their whole lives and got degrees and all this stuff. And then I'm just like, hey, I'm doing YouTube and like what? I'm 19 years old. Like that's the thing that gets me is like, how do I even explain myself? Like, I'm like a child. 19-year-olds are childs. Like I really try to enforce the fact that I enforce to people that I know that I'm a child still. Like, I'm an adult, but I'm a child, if that makes sense. I'm like a child in an adult's body with more responsibilities than I used to have. But it's like, I don't know. I just feel really, really lucky and blessed. I don't feel like I deserve it, honestly. But at the same time, it makes me incredibly happy, and there's nothing I would rather be doing in the world right now than doing YouTube videos, I think. I'm sure there might be something, but I can't think of it. So it's cool. But I don't know. At the same time, it's like I did work hard, and I guess I just got lucky is what it is. Yeah, I don't know. There's like a couple answers for you. What would be the biggest goal you've ever achieved in your life? Man, like, I don't want to keep going back to YouTube, but like to this day, I mean, I would like, if looking at myself objectively, I think I would say YouTube is, again, this is so geared towards YouTube, but like, I really would say YouTube is, honestly. There's a couple things, like achievements is probably YouTube, but like things I'm most happy about in my life, I would say, I mean, I have a group of like 12 guy friends, and we're all like friends with each other, and we have like inner groups in between each other, and like it's crazy. We like, actually, me and my friend were talking about this the other day. We're going for a walk, and like he's like, I was talking to one of our friends' moms, and she was like, and this guy has like multiple brothers and sisters, and the mom was saying, this kid, when he was in high school, he didn't really have like a big group of friends like you guys. And now that I think of it, she didn't either. And he didn't. And you know what? Like your friend is really the only one who's ever had a huge group of friends. And like, I've talked about this with my mom, and she's like, yeah, no, like when I was in high school, I had a few friends, and like I know people, but I didn't have a group of friends like you guys have. Like, we are like 12, 13 guys, and all of us are pretty much friends with each other. And like, it's cool. Like, it's really cool to have just a huge, huge group of friends. And I think, I wouldn't say that's like an accomplishment, but that's like something awesome that I just have going in my life. I mean, my parents are still together. My parents are awesome. They're really great people, supportive, just nice human beings. That's awesome. I lucked out there. I mean, I could be shitty and unappreciative and say like, oh, I don't have any other family members, because I don't. Like, I have an aunt and uncle. I have 2 aunts and 2 uncles. I have a grandmother, and then I have like an aunt and uncle that live in Boston, and 1 first cousin, and that's like it. That's like my family. And then I have like 2 cousins that I'm like close, 2 second cousins that I'm close to. So like, oh, and I also have 2 brothers. I should probably mention. Friggin', I'm a dick. No, they're like, yeah, no, they're brothers. They're half brothers, but they're my brothers. But I could be like, oh, because I know people who have huge families, and it's like, that'd be really cool. But I don't have that. But like, I'm so lucky. Like, my parents are awesome. I have, I like my brothers. I like everyone in my family, so I'm not complaining there. I was in like a 4-year relationship. Like, that's an awesome thing. Like, that's got me a lot of experiences and stuff. So I think that's pretty cool to say, right? Like, I was in a 4-year relationship. Like, I lasted in a relationship for 4 years. Like, that's almost an accomplishment in and out of itself, honestly, especially from junior high to university. I don't know. There's a couple answers. So, like, accomplishment wise, I would say YouTube. It's pretty cool getting honors with distinction in high school. Man, I'm so lucky. Like, holy shit. I don't know how this all happened. I just all right, what's your favorite map on Black Ops 2 Zombies? That's a different question. That's not life orientated. Easily Mob of the Dead or Origins. I almost said Transit, like, not even, like, not jokingly, but just like not thinking. But Mob of the Dead or Origins, but Origins, if that makes sense. Like, I love Mob of the Dead and I love Origins, but I at the end of the day, I understand that Origins is probably a better map. There's just a lot to it. Oh, and that was from... Oh, I didn't... the guy who asked me about biggest goal I ever achieved was Raygun II. And what's your favorite Black Ops 2 Zombies map was asked by XX. Oh my god, it's Joe XX. At Marina Fanatic asks, what is your favorite musical artist? I've gone over this a couple times before, and like, my taste in music is always changing and always growing. I just have really weird taste in music. Like, I kind of like everything. The only thing I can't really get into is like country. And I can listen to country if I'm with my friends and we're having a good time, but it's not something I would listen to on my own or anything. But everything else, like, I like house music. I like rock. I'm just trying to, there's so much stuff I like. I like Celtic music. I like Irish music. I like rap. I like new pop kind of stuff. Like, I like Katy Perry. I like a lot of stuff, but my favorite artist of all time, it has to be Led Zeppelin. They are the most talented band to ever exist on the universe. I've talked about this so many times, but the Beatles are kind of the people who get like the best band award. And I'm not trying to argue that, like, sure, give the Beatles their best band award because they were great songwriters. They're very talented musicians. Don't really like the Beatles. I feel like it's a little too like poppy and quirky and it's just not that really deep. A lot of their stuff is anyways. Like, I Want to Hold Your Hand. Like, okay, yeah, cool. But Led Zeppelin, holy God, okay? If you don't follow Led Zeppelin, they're like a band from the 60s, 70s. They have a song for everyone, okay? This is what I tell people, and like, they don't know Led Zeppelin. I'm like, look, you might know the band and you think I don't like them because they're old and stuff, but I promise you there's a song for you by Led Zeppelin. Not everybody likes every song by Led Zeppelin, but everybody likes a song by Led Zeppelin because they have so much diversity. So they have like really hard rock, like Heartbreaker and The Ocean, Communication Breakdown, like just crazy, like hammer and drums and bass. Oh my God, like, it gets me excited. But then they also have super, super like folky music. Like, Ramble On is a great song if you like peaceful, kind of like happy, positive vibe music. Great song. They've even got like kind of countryish, like folk music kind of evolved into country music. Stairway to Heaven, like, a lot of people like that song. You probably like Stairway to Heaven. That's Led Zeppelin. Kashmir is another really great song. It's like 8 minutes long and it's just, you get into a trance. It's just crazy great song. If you like more like psychedelic rock, which I've been getting really into psychedelic rock, it's like, not even, I mean, people think psychedelic rock, they think like super, super trippy, like, oh my God, this is crazy music. But just like, it's just like deep and a little bit like electronic-y. I don't know. It's really good music. They have a lot of stuff like that where it's like kind of trippy and like deep. They have songs about everything. They have songs about marijuana addiction. They have songs about girls leaving them. They have songs about really, really hot girls having sex with them. Like, they have everything in a song you'd need. They have a song about going to California. Oh my God, listen to Led Zeppelin, okay? Like, yeah, go listen to Led Zeppelin. So yeah, here's all right, I'm gonna recommend 5 songs if you don't know Led Zeppelin, and like, you take your pick of what kind of music you like. So if you like rock and roll, like you like maybe AC/DC, or like you like the White Stripes in modern day, like just like classic rock. And if you like classic rock, you know Led Zeppelin. But I would say listen My favorite. What is my favorite just like rock song here? I'm gonna bring my phone on because I have like, or no, I can bring up on my computer because I have a computer right here. Spotify. We go to Spotify. Let's go to Led Zeppelin. What song would I recommend? I would say, like, there's so many good ones, and I want to say Whole Lotta Love, but I feel like if you're new to rock, you may want something. Okay, something easy, something just easy, like most people would like. Rock and Roll. Okay, so if anything else on this list doesn't appeal to you, search Rock and Roll Led Zeppelin. It's just a nice, like, cool rock song. If you're into more like hard kind of rock, like really, really getting it, I'm gonna say go with. I'm going to say go with Whole Lotta Love. You don't got to listen to all of it, but listen to the solo. So if you're into really hard rock, go with Whole Lotta Love. If nothing else on this list appeals to you, like I said, go with Rock and Roll. If you like nice, easy music, like rock, you think Led Zeppelin's crazy and they're screamo and they're just not good music, search Ramble On. Beautiful song. And if you like that, actually listen to Going to California, because that's a good song too. If you like weird, I don't even know how to explain this song, but like almost like country, kind of like reminds me of Grateful Dead a little bit. Brawny or Stomp, that's a crazy song. There's just so many different kinds of music here. If you like long ballads, like Stairway to Heaven. You know what? Yeah, there. I just listed a whole bunch of great Zeppelin songs. If you like really long songs and just you don't even like to think about it, Achilles' Last Stand. Man, I just like, yeah. Okay? There's a whole bunch of Led Zeppelin songs. Go listen to one of them. Just listen to at least one of them. But if you want to, you can listen to like all of them and you'd have a really great time because Zeppelin is amazing. At CBay29 asks, if you could have one superpower, what would it be and why? Man, I'm not really like into having superpowers. Like, I just feel like you'd be so different and everyone would look at you weird. Like, I think I'd rather just not have a superpower. But that's really gross now. I'm not going to drink any more of that. If I could have one superpower, not flying, no, that would be really cold. Teleportation would be cool, though. Teleportation would be cool because it'd be like, bang, California. Bang, Italy. That would be cool. But I'd want to be able to teleport people with me, so like touch them. That thing, like I'd want something kind of normal, not like super strength. They're super intelligent. Wow, super intelligence would be cool. I think teleportation would be my favorite. Flying, you don't want flying because it's really cold. Like, you don't think about it, but if you're going like 200 miles an hour through the air, way up there, it's really cold. Not going to enjoy it. Going to be really hard on the eyes. Like if you've ever skied, it'd be like that times like 4. So not flying. I'm going to go with teleportation because that would be just really convenient for life. But I'd want to have to be able to touch people and like they can go with me. Instant transmission. At Cap3R Lax asks, what's the summer schedule for your YouTube and for you and YouTube gonna look like? So I don't think the schedule is going to change up a whole lot for the YouTube channel anyways. I should have addressed this way earlier. That would have been better because we're 38 minutes in now. There's probably not a ton of people still here, but I would say for YouTube, it's pretty much going to stay the same. I really like Podcast Friday, Top 5 Saturday. We're going to keep going with the top 5s as much as it can. I mean, it's something that's probably going to have to end eventually. And I don't know what we'll do after that, but I mean, I don't think anytime soon, but the top 5 will eventually have to die out because there's just only so much you can make videos of, right? But don't worry, that's not going to be anytime soon. It'll probably be like around Black Ops 3 when that game's coming out anyways, so it's not going to be a big deal. As for my schedule, though, so Friday podcast, Saturday top 5, then Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. That's 5 days. I think what I'm just going to do is always throw a live challenge in there. So it might be like a 5-day challenge where it just covers all 5 days. Maybe a 4-day challenge. So it's like Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. And then Thursday do like kind of like those funny moments things I've kind of been doing, but more like better, basically. Like, I don't know if you guys watched like the funny moments I did on Shangri-La, like that, but it would be like 5 to 10 minutes and actually talking, kind of like funny type moment. Like, I really like what Van Oss does with his Call of Duty custom song, like kind of like that, but my own style, like maybe something like that, or maybe just upload a live stream. So I'm thinking like, yeah, so there's going to be like Friday, Saturday are locked in. It's always top 5. And then throughout like Sunday to Thursday, there's going to be at least one live comm. It might be like a three-part live comm and a 2-part live comm maybe, but it's going to be that. And then, whatever, like if I'm missing, if it's like a 4-part live comm, I'll throw in like just some other like kind of funny moments video. That's going to be the schedule for the channel. As for Twitch, because I'm going to start streaming, I'm thinking 3 days a week. I think 3 Twitch streams a week is a good level. It's not too much. I'm not going to do zombies every day. I'll probably do zombies once a week, I think. And then I don't know what else I'm going to stream. I want to stream some H1Z1. I really want to stream some Civ 5, which I know people aren't going to really enjoy. And I got to start playing that a bit more, but I just really want to get into Civ 5 a bit. But I'm probably just going to be streaming like I'm thinking like 1 zombie stream a week. Probably going to be doing some H1Z1 and then maybe like open lobby or just like it's going to be like zombies every week, at least 1. And then like a kind of fixed where I play like 1, 2, or 3 games. And then I think I'll just have a free day where I just play whatever the heck I feel like playing, or like open lobby, kind of stuff like that. So 1 super fixed day, zombies, 1 day where it's kind of fixed with like you're expecting like 1 of 2 games, and then 1 where it's just like whatever I feel like doing. Probably going to be the decision. I think that's the channel anyways. As for my life, let's talk about that. God, this podcast feels so narcissistic. I'm just talking about my life. But like I said, this is part 2. This is part 2 of 49. If you haven't watched 49 and you're enjoying this, you should go back and maybe watch 49 after this. I don't know. So my life, this is going to be like my life plan, all right? Pretty much like Monday to Friday, like Sunday to Thursday more like, I think. And then probably Friday and Saturday I'll be doing stuff. But I'll try to hang out with my friends more because all my friends are working jobs, right? So I want to schedule YouTube around the time when my friends are working so I can hang out with them when they're not working, obviously. So I'm thinking okay, let's say like today is like a normal day for me. Like today is my first normal day. So I woke up at 8:50 and I think I'm going to do 8:50. I like the time 8:50. Like I like waking up at 9, but if I wake up at 9, I don't get out of bed till 9:15 or 9-ish. Or no, 9:10 to 9:15. And then it's like 9:15, I get my shower. By the time everything's all said and done, it's already 10. So I'm like, yeah, this is a little bit too late for me. So what I think I'm going to do is 8:50. 8:50 is perfect time because if I go to bed at 12, I still get almost 9 hours of sleep, which is a lot of sleep. And I wake up, take about 10 minutes to wake up, check the channel, see how everything's doing. And then I can get up, take my shower if I am going to shower because there's something else coming in a second. But, so yeah, wake up at 8:50. On a regular day, I probably wouldn't shower right away. I'm not going to drink coffee every day either because that's addictive. But, like, read. First thing I'm going to do when I wake up now is read. I did that this morning. I'm reading A Brief History of Science by some guy. And I'm like 70 pages in. It's kind of interesting. It's just about like all those people like Copernicus and Ptolemy and Aristotle and all those guys. Newton was a badass. I just want to throw that in there. He would put a thing in his eye to press down his lens to make it like extend out so that he could like see farther or something like, or like not even see farther, but just like see differently. It was crazy, but that's just something I read this morning. I'm going to be really into learning this summer. Like I really want to learn stuff. So I'm going to get like 10 to 20 books and I'm just going to read a whole bunch of books this summer and learn. So I'm going to say like wake up, shower, read. Probably read for like half an hour to an hour. By about 10 o'clock, 10:30, it's 10:40. Well, I started at 10 today. Go make a video. So get, maybe not necessarily the video for the day because if I'm doing like a 4-part live stream, well, yeah, actually maybe I might just, because I'm going to be like putting a lot more quality into even the live comms. Like what I'm kind of trying to do is like, I realized I'm not really a funny moments guy. Like it's just the way my personality is, the way I talk, like it's really not for me. And I like to do it a bit, but I think my personality is best projected through live comms, like a 10 to 20 minute part where you guys just watch the whole thing. I think that's what you guys like. That's what I want to do. So I'm trying to kind of incorporate like that whole Vanoss thing with like the funny moments, like just like, you know, throwing in like animations and funny stuff like that into the live comms. And there's a balance there between keeping it live comming. So if I have way too many animations, like every like 10 seconds, it's going to disrupt the flow of the live comm. But if you're just throwing in things every like half a minute, that's like higher quality. You guys really seem to like that so far. So, you know, the morning, like 10 to 12, 10 to 1 or so is probably just going to be spent like making a video, rendering it out. If it's top 5, it might take a little bit longer, all that kind of stuff, right? So that's going to be that. I think after that, I mean, at least right now where I'm at, I'm not making any money from my advertisements. I really got to get on my sponsor game. I'm really trying to pick it up. And you may have noticed even the last couple months or last couple weeks, I've been like Control Freak sponsor. And there's going to be some more people advertising on my channel, just like, you know, channels and lots of stuff like that. So like kind of like business stuff. Actually, that's exactly what it is. Like I have a business email now. If you want to contact me for advertising or anything like that, it's business@thesmithplays.com. So probably like getting the emails to people, all that kind of stuff, maybe interacting with you guys a bit, commenting on my videos, replying, all that stuff. That's probably going to take me to like 1, 2, 3. Then it's gym time. So gym, I'm going with my buddy Kyle throughout the year, throughout the summer. Like I said, guys, 49, I tell you, you got to watch it because I set the goal. I'm going to get in the best shape of my life this summer. There we are right there. Look at that gun. No, I'm not big at all, but like I do work out already. So it's kind of going from like in kind of shape to getting super in shape. So I've actually been going pretty hard on the gym. I got to be honest. My light just changed a bit. I don't know. I've been going pretty hard at the gym actually. Like Monday, I went to a football field, threw a football around and like ran around for like half an hour or so. Then went to the gym, did a chest workout, chest and biceps, those biceps, and then went home. And I was like tired all day. And then my friend texted me at like 7 and he's like, "Hey, want to go to the gym? I'm going to this other gym to try it out." And I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I went there and then I did a full lag workout. I did like 15, not 15. I did like 12 sets of squats, which, well, I guess it wasn't a full lag workout because I only did squats. But anyways, I did like basically like 3 workouts on Monday. Yesterday I did some yoga and some core. Today, I don't know what I'm going to do. But like I said, guys, I made a commitment that I'm going to get in the best shape of my life. And I'm not a person to make those statements lightly. So, going to get in really good shape this summer. So that's going to be like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, hit the gym. So that'll take me to 4 or 5, come home. Wow, I'm going to have a really busy summer. That's awesome though. I don't want to be bored. So that's cool. Come home, eat. Oh yeah, I got to eat sometime in between that like 8-hour spans, but eat. And then it's either going to be live stream at like 6, 7, 8, 9-ish or hang out with friends or work on something else for YouTube. That's going to be my summer. Weekends, I don't know what I'm going to do. But this summer is not really, like last summer I was really like dedicated to like making memories and just having a really great time. But, you know, I did that. I had an awesome summer last year, but I've been given I don't want to swear, but a fucking incredible opportunity that like really like, this is an opportunity that comes around once in a lifetime. Eminem quote. I know not everybody likes Eminem, but what is it like? This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. Don't miss your chance to blow it. Don't miss your chance to blow. This opportunity comes once in a lifetime. That's how I feel about this right now. It's weird because I'm only 19 and I feel like usually people's one in a lifetime opportunities come later. But YouTube is, to me anyways, at my immature age of 19, like the greatest thing that could ever happen to me in my life. So it's like, probably should work on this while I can. And that's the thing, like next year, I'm definitely going back to school next year, but I think I'm going to take less courses because right now, like I talked with my mom and she's like, yeah, you know, you could take 1 less course. And I'm like, 1 less course? I'm thinking like 2 less courses first semester, 1, like normally a college degree would be like, or a college semester would be 5 courses and 5 courses or 5 courses one semester, 5 courses the next semester. That's a college year. If you're trying to overload your credits, you can do 6. Like maybe you failed something and you like, all right, I got to get on my game now. Take 6. That's a thing. But for the most part, like really, it like 5's a lot. I did 5 this year, and I wasn't up to my potential with my YouTube channel. And I knew that. I knew YouTube college was going to limit me, but at the time going into it, it was like, this is like my game plan. I'm going to do school. And then YouTube kind of took off like the last month before I went. And I was like, okay, cool, whatever. And then I was like, all right, it's cool. Like I made this much money this month. My parents were like, what? And I'm like, yeah, but like this is going to be like the only month, because summer, like when everyone goes off back to school, like it's going to drop off. And it just kind of kept going up and up and up. Like I thought it was going to be like, I wish I could actually, yeah, I can show you guys. Here, I'm going to show you my analytics, and I want to talk about my mind process with this, because can I add I don't think I have anything like bad up that's going to like incriminate me. So hopefully not. There we go. Okay. I think, whoa, what? Why is this being all weird? Why is this being all weird like this? All right. All right. That should be out here. No, that's not it, actually. Is that good? Oh, there we go. Okay, perfect. Okay, perfect. So you guys should be able to see that. So if I go to my analytics, we can see, ladies and gentlemen, if I go like lifetime views, I don't know where I was going with this. Oh, school and stuff, right? Okay, so get my lifetime views, okay? My computer's starting to heat up. I can hear it getting loud. Why is it being, oh wow, this is starting to go real slow. Okay, so I'm going to like make this a little bit bigger. If you see that right there though, that's like the growth of my channel. That's view wise, okay? So even like, oh, okay. Yeah, that actually works. Okay, so if you see this growth, right? So this is like my videos. It's like 5,000 views, 8,000, 10,000, like slowly growing, 14,000, but like nothing crazy. Mostly 10,000, right? I start doing top 5s, and all of a sudden my channel explodes. 200,000 views in a day. It goes from, okay, so like 2 weeks before 8,000, 1 week later 30,000, 1 week later 50,000, and then 2 days later 200,000. Holy freaking crap. Wow, my channel's really starting to take off. And then like 3 weeks later, it's back down to like 60,000. I'm like, okay, whatever. That was just a huge boom. That's going to be it for my channel. I made obviously things are going to be going way better now. I'm getting like 50,000 views a day, but that's it. That was just kind of like one really lucky boom, but that's not what happened. As you can tell, we got another huge boom, 200,000 views. And I was like, wow, okay, cool. And then, another 190. And then that kind of became the norm at like 100,000. And then I just kept uploading and uploading and uploading. And, as we can see, it's like 200,000. Holy freaking God. And then, wow, actually the other 465,000 views. That's 500,000 views in a day. Holy crap. And it's not even summertime. Wow. Like that blows me. I'm blown away every time. But like what I'm trying to show by that is just like, can I yes, I want to get rid of that. Just like my game plan was like, all right, YouTube, like did cool for a second, but it's just going to go back down and I'll be making better money, but it wasn't like this is going to be like a full-time source of income for me. And it just kept going. So now I'm at the point with school where Black Ops 3 Zombies is coming out. This is my moment where this is like Black Ops 3 Zombies has the potential to blast me off into the stratosphere. And that's awesome. But school isn't awesome. And I'm really like, I think the thing that sucks about school is if you take 5 courses or you take 3, you still have to pay the same amount for tuition. Like it's so greasy. You're paying for less services, but they make you get the same. Then again, you don't have to pay for more if you take 6 courses. So it's cool that way, I guess. But yeah, no, I'm like really don't want to be drawn down by YouTube this year or by school. Like, things are going to get crazy. Things have the potential to get crazy. Things are already crazy, like 450,000 views in a day, and it's only May. Once summer comes, like, I just, like, it's already unimaginable, and it's has the potential to get more unimaginable at summer. And then, like, once Black Ops 3 Zombies comes, it has the potential to get, like, exponentially more unimaginably potentially crazy. So I'm just at the point where it's like, man, you know, if I lose 2 credits, you know, I don't get 2 credits, and I only take 3 courses my first semester. That's 2 credits. That's like $1,000 or so that I'm losing. That's like $1,500. I think a summer or a course is $800. And it would probably, like, if I did that, and then this next semester I took like 4 courses, so 7 for the year. I mean, that would probably guarantee me not graduating with my year of people. But I'm okay with that, honestly. Like, if I take 5 years to do university, and do YouTube, or even just take like a year or 2 off from university, and that's like really assuming things go, oh my god, I can't imagine like what the best possible outcome is, man. Holy crap. It's good work. It's good work. But yeah, like, I'm just at the, I mean, I've been entertaining this thought a lot on the podcast. I'm sure if you guys have been following. And I mean, like I was saying before, like, I kind of want to just take a year off this year, but I don't think that would be a responsible move yet. And just where I'm at, you know, I don't know exactly where things are going. So kind of at the point where it's like, let's wait. But at the same time, it's like this year, like 2015 is going to be my make or break year for me. I mean, 2014 was like, shot me into the stratosphere, but like this year could be like into the universe. So it's like 2 courses, not taking 2 courses. I really think like that's worth it. You know, if I had 3 courses, like I can, that'd be like, man, like even that sucks versus not taking any courses though. Do you know what I mean? Like it's crappy, but if I did like, yeah, I could do that. I could do like 2 courses Monday, I could do like 3 hours of classes on Monday, 3 hours of classes in the morning on Wednesday, and then like a night class on Thursday, I think is how I'd do that. That would be cool. I could do that. And then I'd have all Tuesday to do YouTube. I'd have all Thursday to do YouTube. And then, I mean, God, once Black Ops 3 comes around, man, like I'm honestly just like might not even go to class for like a week. Which sounds awful, but is like yeah, very, very lots of potential for that. Yeah, I think like my mom is really like, oh yeah, you could take 1 course off first semester and none second semester, but I just like, I don't know. I don't want to live an ordinary life. And to live an unordinary life, you have to take risks. And that's not even a huge risk. It's just taking less courses. But, you know, you have to be willing to take risks. Last summer, here's an ending note just to wrap this whole thing up. Last summer, it's weird how things work out. It's really, really weird how life works out. Last summer, I didn't get laid off from my job at the golf course, but I got my hours cut by 600%. Like I used to work 30 hours a week, 25 to 30 hours a week. I went down to like 6 hours a week. So I had a lot of free time last summer. And at the start I was like, oh, this is really bad. And I told my boss, like, look, I want as many hours as you can get me. But he's like, I understand that, and I will try to get you as many hours as you want, but just understand like this position's been way cut back. You're gonna have a lot less to do. Instead of 2 7-hour shifts a day, there was 1 3-hour shift a day. So like instead of there was 14 hours of work available, it went to 3. So obviously, like, yeah, like I was working like 2 shifts a week, and then like I was helping out in the morning sometimes. So I was not working at all. And I was like, okay, well, this happened. So like instead, again, this comes back to the boat. Instead, like, you know, someone could have made, like, I could have been like, oh, sweet, I don't have to work this summer, and just, you know, messed around. I was like, all right, I'm just going to do YouTube. I'm going to really focus on YouTube this summer. Bang. You know what I mean? Like like that one thing of we got to lay people off really led to my channel taking off. Because had I been working 30 hours a week again, I would have been very busy and I wouldn't have had time to make the videos I did. And I would have been making videos, of course, but I wouldn't have had the time to do it as much as I did, which ultimately led to where I am today. So that again is like so lucky, man. I'm way up. I feel blessed, but no, that's awesome. So I don't know, guys. This is like the first podcast. I'm kind of signing out here, but first video. This is the first video I've made. Self-employed. Feels good, man. Honestly, all the support I've got from people, like, you know, people just saying like, Patrick, I'm really glad for you. Like, you're a good guy. You deserve this. Like, that's awesome. I was on Reddit and I saw someone like talking about me in a post, and they're like, you know, like, who's a YouTuber that it was like, who's a YouTuber that you used to that you watched when they were little and you watched them like grow big? And like, I'm sure there's someone out there watching this maybe now who has that for me. But this guy was saying like, you know, like, I really like this guy, TheSmithPlays, because he's just like a genuine dude, and he's gotten bigger, but he's not like cocky about it, and he's very, very like humble. And like, that means a lot to me. Like I really, if anything in life, I want to be a genuine person. And hearing stuff like that really, really means a lot to me. And just all you guys, like, you know, I tweeted this morning, you know, like, for the next 16 months, I'm doing YouTube full time. And actually, here, I wrote a reminder on my phone like 3 weeks ago. And it actually came up today, which was perfect because today I decided to start back. It says, congratulations, you were self-employed for the next 16 weeks. Kill it, dude. So like, just to see so many people supporting me and like really, really genuinely happy for me, like just where I'm at with YouTube, is a really good feeling. And it's just nice to see, all that positive. So guys, I want to thank you. Again, I'm going to throw this advertise. You saw the advertisement. Let's start. I'm not going to be that guy. All right, cool. Thank you for watching. That was episode 51. Going to be back with 52. I'm going to try to pull a big guest, but no guarantees. I don't know who we're going to get, but I think it's going to if I could pull them, it's going to be cool. So anyways, guys, thank you for watching. Oh, one last note. I'm getting this is bad because there's only like probably like 1,000 to 5,000 people still here. So anyways, for you cool people who are still here, I just bought a webcam. I bought a Logitech something. So I think what I'm going to do with the podcast now is I'll have me up in a corner and then maybe have gameplay. I think people would like that probably the most. Probably that would be the best alternative, right? We'll see how it works. But yeah, I think we're going to just work on the podcast. We're just going to improve everything. Okay. The next 16 weeks, you guys are going to be blown away. I'm going to be blown away. Everything's going to be good. I'll see you later, gentlemen. I'm just so excited. Yeah. Okay, cool. Bye, guys.